Hey friends, good. Hey friends, it's Coco. I am recording in my office and OMG, y'all, it's clean. My husband and I cleaned it on Saturday morning. And you get to that point where you just have a bunch of clutter and you're like, donate it, throw it away. Donate it, throw it away. There was a lot of that happening here on Saturday. It actually probably sounds a little echoey in here because a lot of stuff got moved out of this room. So I'm so excited. Again, this is a room that is a workout room. My bike is in here. This is where Jason does all of his office work for his business that he owns and operates. And then, of course, I do my podcasting in here and whatever else I can do. Yesterday, I just came to stretch because it was clean and we could do so. My twins are at Mother's Day out today. I have been procrastinating putting this together because this is what I do. Hi, my name's Coco and I am the queen of procrastination. I try to do things when the twins are home, and listen, it can be rough and tough, and sure, do it while they nap. Well, your girl's tired when they go down for a nap. So after negotiating for, the morning half, when they go down for a nap around, between noon and 2, I also go down. That gives me time to recharge for the second half of the day to get ready for dinner, afternoon activities, and then whatever else the flip we are getting ready to get into. But I wanted to share what my enneagram was. That's what we're here for. This is what we're talking about. Have you done your enneagram test since the last time we chatted? I'm going to now tell you what my enneagram is. You can go to yourenneagramcoach.com. It's an easy, free one. They're not paying me to talk about this. They don't even know about me. This is just one that I Googled and found that doesn't cost $20. And I'll tell you why I'm telling you that, because my husband is a ding dong, and he's actually going to explain it to you coming up. All right. I have two guests today. We're going to chat with my husband. I've been married for 10 years to Jay, and then one of my best girlfriends, Ashley. We met. She was my physical therapist. 12 years ago. I mean, they were at my wedding. We've been married for 10 years. So anyways, my enneagram is a 2. So I want to read word for word what this says about me. And the reason why I took this test, I was listening to a book several weeks ago. I'm actually on chapter 5. And the author was talking about taking an enneagram. And she had been told about it for a while before. And she never took the time to do it. And when she did, it was eye-opening. Same, sis. Same. Here's what it says as a standout for 2s for your enneagram. They have personal warmth, they have strong relational skills, their selflessness and eagerness to support people in their time of need. Possessing relational superpowers and intuition, they create feel-good atmospheres, always going the extra mile, and defining themselves through service to others. Their caring heart, intuition, empathy, and desire for every person to experience love reflect the love and nurture of God. That's me to a freaking T. When I was reading this, I'm like, holy cow. Now, here's where it starts to open up for me, and I started having a bunch of aha moments. What drives a type 2 to think, feel, and behave particular ways? One of my core motivations, and I hate to even admit this, and when I saw this, it just punched me in the throat. It's fear. That's my core fear, and that's why I've been so effed these last 3 months, because I straight feel rejected big time. And if you see me in public, don't apologize and say, oh, I'm so sorry, because you're not. Okay. But anyways, my core fear, being rejected and unwanted, being thought worthless, needy, dispensable, or unworthy of love. That's so terrible, because I know these things about me, or know those things that are not true, but this is my core fear. So when this enneagram said this to me, and I sent this to my husband because it's easier for me to communicate if I see like a video or a song or something that expresses how I'm feeling, I will send it to him. That's another way I can communicate. So I sent this to my husband. My core desire, being appreciated, loved, and wanted. My core weakness, pride. Denying my own needs and emotions while using my amazing intuition to discover and focus on the emotions and needs of others, confidently inserting your helpful support and hopes that others will say how grateful they are for your thoughtful care. So they won't tell you that they're thankful. They won't. My core longing is that I'm wanted and I'm loved. Damn. So literally when I took this, and after just several months of just going through things and really trying to heal, which I've talked about in previous podcasts, and being open and vulnerable about things. And it's extremely difficult and hard for me because I think I'm just finally sitting in it. Does that make sense? I've shared earlier that I'm a go. So there's no time just to sit in whatever those things are. My key motivations, type 2s want to be needed, appreciated, and affirmed by others. They try to win the affections of others through service and support, the deterrent of their own emotional and physical needs, which is why I get so burned out, which is why it's easy for me to not hear or be seen by people, because I'm like, I just get into my things. So type 2s also don't want to feel left out or without connection to others. They are uncomfortable in situations where there is no way for them to serve the people around them, or when they must acknowledge their own need for help. Just for instance, I hadn't heard from a friend in several weeks, or maybe it was a week. I don't know, 7 days if anybody's counting. And my text thread was just like, nobody was answering it. And we're like doing things together. So I'm like, oh, what's going on? And finally she responded back, and I was just like, hi, you can't do that to me, just for my own thing. You can tell me, hi, I don't have time for you. I'd rather you tell me you don't have time for me right now than you just not respond or communicate with me. I'd rather just know, like, Coco, you suck. Leave me alone. Okay, first of all, that wasn't the case. She was like, no, I haven't had service. I'm in BFE, and I just haven't had any of that. So, but just learning this about myself, I'm just being more open and honest. So I sent this to my husband, and my husband was just like, whoa, honey. Whoa, honey. I said, right. So let's check in with my husband, and then we're going to check in with my girlfriend, Ashley. But I wanted you to hear from my husband. We went to dinner. My kids had VBS last week. Thank you so much for the volunteers that just poured into our little babies who are 3.5. Holy cow. I was just watching videos of them. They were 6 months old when they started crawling and moving, and now there's shoes all over the house, but they know to take them to the shoe rack in the hallway. So that's awesome. But I was just chatting with Jason at dinner, and we had such a great, lovely conversation. And I do miss having those conversations with my husband. It just gets loud when you have kids, which I've also shared. So my husband says he's now a fan. Hey, honey, because I know you're listening. He's also going to hate this part because he can't stand the sound of his own voice or when he orders from Taco Bell. So, honey, here's your part. Introducing my husband of 10 years. He's a trooper. He's also married to an enneagram 2. And then I'll tell you what my husband's number is next week. We'll bring my husband in all that.
Well, when you first sent it to me, I was like, what is this? What's an enneagram, of course. But then as I was reading through it, I was like, wow, that's a lot of the things that you've been trying to say, but maybe didn't have the right words. But it was a lot of the things that you were trying to express to me were what was in that Enneagram 2's breakdown.
Yes. And so I felt like when I took it and I saw the results, it was like an aha moment. And that's why I immediately just sent it. Because just like you said, it's hard for me to explain how I'm feeling, because these are deep thoughts that are just, that are hard for me. So anytime I meet with a counselor, I also get trumped on my words because I don't know what to say or how do I feel or how to explain it. So when you read that, you were like, oh, bam.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's what she's trying to say. You know, and then as I'm reading into more of, you know, what it is to be an Enneagram 2 and how to communicate with the Enneagram 2, you know, I feel as like kind of sad in a way, because it's like you're stuck in a catch-22.
So why do you feel that I'm stuck in a catch-22?
Well, because for you, and I know this because I know you, but for you, you love to serve people.
Mm-hmm.
And you love to help others, and you put yourself out there to help others, which drains you and can become exhausting. And so you always talk about how to fill yourself back up and being, fulfilled. Well, the way to fulfill number 2 is by really serving. So it's like you're in this cycle.
Well, no, I need to be felt like I've done a good job serving.
Yes.
And so I need to be filled back up in that way. And I didn't realize that until I took this stupid, dumb quiz. I didn't know what any of that was. So now that I know that, so when I disappear or I back off for 5 days, I understand what that means. Is that I just need to go get filled up on my own, and I am just so drained and just feel like I can't do anything for anymore. Then that turns into an ugly cycle of I'm unworthy, I'm depressed, nobody wants to be my friend, I've opened up, all those things. So that's what I was trying to share with Ashley, which I'm getting ready to share her aspect because we're both the 2.
Oh.
So now I know. Well, don't say it like that.
No, I'm just saying like.
You went, oh,
wow, I didn't mean to say it.
But you did.
That's not what I was meaning.
I'm just letting you know you do that all the time, by the way. Anyways, but that's why we work so well together, is because she loves to help and give advice and be there, and I need that in my life, so she feels filled up and I feel filled up. So maybe we're both.
So a 2 can help balance out another 2.
Yes.
If they're
the
right
other
people.
thing said, which you didn't take the right quiz, because I sent you the right quiz and you're looking for a quiz that costs money, but that's on you because I told you the quiz to take. But anyways, if you take that, I'm curious, because a 2 and an 8 is where I really rock, where I'm really rocking. So I'd be curious what your number is.
I'm a 10.
Your jokes are a 1.
I thought it was good. But no, I was interested, and I've been like listening to, different things on what these enneagrams are. And so yes, I did try to take a test, and I go through the whole questionnaire, and it pops up.
So dumb.
Pay this and pay that, and I'm like, that should have been the first question, because I'm not going to pay.
That's why they do that, for losers like you that don't pay attention to their wives who have already sent you the link. Here's another thing. Okay, now I'm about to get on a whole nother. Look, next episode, why can't husbands find anything? Okay, I literally sent it in a text, y'all. It's in a link. All he has to do is click the link. Tell me why he was Googling it. That's so dumb. I can't.
Because I went scrolling back, and after the 4th scroll back, I was like, man,
that ain't enough when you text your wife 5,000 times a day.
Yeah, I love you.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm thankful that helped me communicate things that I just don't know how to say or how I'm feeling. And that's, first of all, you're always validating your feelings. That's something else that I'm learning. Like, somebody very close to me told me, just get over it. You're being silly, which was something she caused detrimental in my life. And so she thinks it's silly because she doesn't have to deal with the consequences. I, unfortunately, was left with a big giant mess to clean. So I just think learning that is just validation of my feelings. But just seeing this was like, oh my gosh. What? So it's helped a lot. So thank you for sharing. Please take the
I am going to
quiz.
Take it. I'm excited
That's
about
the
it.
right quiz that's in your text messages. You can actually just search Enneagram and it'll pull up everything that I've ever sent you about Enneagram.
You got to show me that trick.
So pretty interesting, right? Yes, I also dog my husband like that. Listen, husbands, when are you going to listen when your wife tells you to do something? She's trying to do you a favor, bro. She's trying to help you out. Also, when you go to a text message and you can't find something that somebody told you, this was the trick my husband wanted to teach him. You can just go to search in your text. This is if you have an iPhone. If you don't have an iPhone, I don't know what to tell you, honey. I don't know, sis. I don't know about them Androids. Okay. Also, Apple, if you want to sponsor me, you can. Okay. Anyways, you go to the search in your message and just type in a keyword, and then every message you've talked about pops up in that. So my husband go to search Enneagram and found the link that didn't cost $20. So there's that. But we've had so many more conversations, but I just think it's so telling. Like, I don't know, is this making sense? Is this making you curious? Do you want to find out what your Enneagram is? Do you want to find out what your spouse's is? Your best friend? Is this helping anybody? It helped me big time. And Jason is really diving in, and he's finding out things about himself that's really helping us as a married couple. So I'm so thankful for that, honey. Thank you for digging into and doing a deep dive for yourself. I'm so thankful. Thank you for listening, for doing that. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Now my girlfriend, Ashley. I love this chick. She's my hashtag fun friend. We went and had a quick lunch at HEB. We'll talk about that on another podcast. It was so fun. That's going to be our new secret, but now we told you, but I'm not going to tell you all the details, because then once you find out, you're going to be going. Promise. Okay, without further ado, this is one of my best girlfriends, Ashley. She also took her Enneagram after she listened to the podcast, and she immediately texted me, and I was like, what? All right, girl, this is Ashley, all the way from, well, she lives in Ingleside, but she's from Rockport. It's Ashley.
Finding out as a 2 really threw me for a loop, because a lot of, like you and I have talked, and, you know, we talk about things, and I feel like you come to me a lot with trying, you know, like, I need some help, give me some advice, that kind of thing, and I love doing that. But I think the thing that came back that kind of threw me for a loop was that I like that personal interaction of good job, pat on the back, like a physical pat on the back.
Yes.
Denial about it. But I think my younger self, I don't think my younger self would have seen that coming, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of hard to...
Well, you know, like, remember back in the day, okay, so I'm obviously a lot, well, maybe not obviously, but I am a lot older than Ashley. So when I was a kid, okay, but by a lot. It's like, if we start talking about things that were cool, you don't even know what they were, okay?
All right.
So there's definitely a generational gap, 100%. But when I was a kid, I remember taking, like, all these fun little quizzes, and it was like, are you a good kisser? Does he like your new shorts? Stupid, dumb quizzes like that.
Which Backstreet Boy are you going to marry?
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so you were Backstreet Boys, mine's New Kids on the Block. Yeah. Okay, so that just shows you where we're at in the age gap. Okay. There was never like, what's your Enneagram? How does your inside and your inner workings and your thoughts tick? There was none of that until I'm 40, and it's like, oh, what the hell is going on? Why do I think this way? Why do I overthink this way? Why do I feel like I need to be patted on the back? And when I don't get that pat on the back, why do I feel like I'm the worst person ever? And then why do they even come to me if they didn't feel like I was helpful? Because I was helpful.
Yeah. That, and I didn't, like, these personality tests, you know, that you find in, like, a Cosmo magazine when you're 16. Like, are you an outgoing person?
Right.
You have a bubbly personality. Yes. You know, some of those things, you're like, oh, that's silly. Yeah, of course I'm friendly. Like, whatever. But I didn't know about these true personality tests until I started my job where I'm at now, where I took what is called a DISC test. And it really breaks down the type of person you are.
Are you saying
you work with others?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like, it's a graph. It breaks it down like, oh, you're this type of person and you can work with these types of people.
Ooh.
But you may be seeing differences when this person is in this category, and then it's a whole nother
what was
thing.
The name of that test?
It's a DISC assessment, but there are other assessments like that. I think that one like costs some money, but I can send you the link on one that we've taken in the office for fun. And it breaks it down to like even celebrities who are also that match with like your personality and things like that. It's really cool to see, because everyone in the office, I work with 4 girls, and that is including myself. Every single person is different. Not one of them matches the other person. they all have a different personality about themselves.
Well, that's a whole other thing. The inner workings of the office with ladies. Rare.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be like, ooh, I did it for a year. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I've done it since 2008. And it's been a wild ride.
I would be curious about that, Tess, because I just feel like as I'm getting older and like, where am I at? What am I doing? I just feel like I'm beating myself up so much. But then when I uncovered that I was a 2, and then that you're a 2, and that we work so well together when it comes to that advice. And it's so strange when I feel like I need that pat on the back or a lift up, I get a text from Ashley. You are really good at that. So be mindful. As a 2, I should be texting her as well. Mental note.
As a 2, I help us as a team.
That's true, you do. So we actually just got back from lunch.
The 2s stick together.
That's true. That's true. We make a solid 5.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving us some grace.
I was like, wow, one of us needs to learn math.
I'm giving us all.
I can't say much. I'm horrible at math.
I'm giving us some grace. But I love that you just said that, because it takes both of us, and you're a lot better than that. I'm here as a team. I'm here to motivate you and encourage you. She does
You're
well
here because I need to help you.
So fun. #fun friends. We were literally driving from lunch, and I just hit record on my phone. That's what I love about taking this podcast. I can do it anywhere and everywhere, and it's just on my smartphone again. Podcast. Apple, holla. We're looking for sponsors to sponsor CoCo's Corner. If you like to sponsor me, just let me know. I do love that I was able to share the Enneagram, learning about that with a really awesome, great girlfriend who is a wonderful mom, an awesome wife to a really stubborn dude. I'd tell y'all who he is, but some of you know and be like, oh yeah, that's Tyler for you. And also just a shout out to my husband. But I am curious, has this helped you? Do you want to know what makes you tick? Do you feel like you overthink things? Do you like just validated in my feelings, and that I'm not crazy, but how I tick, I need to be validated for those things. I also know that the Lord loves me so much, and then I shouldn't be so worried about the outside material things. Listen, friend, I know that. We're working on things. We are doing it. So I'm just so curious. Did it help you? Again, yourenneagramcoach.com. That's the one that I used. That was free. I just found it by Googling. But tag me, text me, message me, let me know what your number is. I'd be so curious. Do we click? I don't know. My number's a 2. All right, friends. See you later. Happy 4th of July weekend. We're going to head out to the farm. Just chill. There is a burn ban. So please don't set anybody's flipping house on fire. And don't freaking do it in the neighborhoods. God, so ridiculous. My dogs and me going absolutely bonkers. And we live right here on the south side. So anyways, happy birthday, America. Thanks for listening. My name is Coco, and I'll see you next time. Peace.